Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. I'm here again today to talk about the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer tournaments. This is kind of a follow-up video to the video I posted last week, or I guess it's more like 2 weeks ago now. I really don't even know for sure because so much time has passed just between when I made that last video to making this video. Anyway, by this point, qualifiers are over. The people have been selected for the tournaments, and I can officially say that I have actually qualified. I am in the top 100, or well, to be more specific, the top 87 of the qualifiers, because 13 people pre-qualified already from the previous tournament. But yeah, I made it. Just started playing Link to the Past Randomizer this year, like 4 or 5 months ago, and in that short time span, and when I say short, like, keep in mind, there have been people who have been speedrunning Link to the Past for a very, very long time, so in order to just even compete, or even just stay somewhat close to those guys, I had to really put a lot of work in, so it feels really good to actually make it into the tournament. I was 79th out of the 87 that were going to make it into the qualifier round, or past the qualifier round anyway. And yeah, that is pretty low, but considering the type of tournament that it's going to be starting with, and considering that it's randomizer, I mean, anything can happen, honestly, so I'm not necessarily like feeling defeated because I'm a lower ranked player or anything. It's just you know, I'm gonna have to put some work in. I've been capable of beating some of the people in the qualifiers. It's just that my overall score was probably one of the lower ones of the ones that made it anyway. But yeah, like the qualifiers went pretty well. I competed in 3 of the 5 races. My first race was probably, like, I got the worst score from the first race, but it was actually a pretty tough seed from what I remember. There were, like, some really kind of out there item locations, and I didn't make all the right gambles, which kind of slowed me down a little bit, so, I mean, that's just randomizer for you. That happens. That's bound to happen whenever you play randomizer. So it's not a big deal. I was probably a bit slower in some aspects than what I could have been, but still, I think I did pretty well. Obviously, I had a negative score, which is good in this case. I finished, basically, I finished better than the average of that particular race. I want to say there were like 120 people in that race, and I got like 50th. Somewhere near 50th. I was ranked 48 after that race, so I think I did pretty well. But the second race, my second qualifier, is I think what really helped me. I was on point. I made a lot of really good gambles, and my gameplay wasn't too shabby either. I did have some rough spots where I died to 2 bosses, and I also had another really dumb death as well pretty early on. And because of that unfortunateness, I actually didn't score as highly as I could have, but at the same time, I got 26th place in that race. So even with those misfortunes, I had a really good placement, and if I actually didn't die and didn't do all that stuff wrongly, I probably could have finished in the top 20, but, you know, it is what it is. I should have been playing more carefully, I guess you could say, so that is definitely on me. I only have myself to blame, not anybody else. But still, even with that, I still had a really good time, and it was really cool to do that. My last qualifier race was kind of weird. It was kind of up in the air. I thought I played very well, and I thought I did really good, but I only got 51st, which, I mean, I'm saying I only got 51st out of, like, I think that was, like, the biggest race, too. There were, like, easily, like, I want to say, like, 100 and, at least, again, 120 people, and, you know, I finished in the top half still, so I didn't do badly or anything. But, like, when I finished, it was a case where it's like, aw, I didn't do better than that? Well, that's kind of a shame. but I wasn't disappointed. I think I still played very well. That was kind of the seed where I think I played the best in terms of, like, you know, gameplay-wise, not so much routing and decisions and all of that. But yeah, so with that, I was pretty much, I was close to the end of the rankings after that race, so I was getting kind of worried, but overall, like, there weren't many new people that entered that qualifier race, so there weren't a lot of people who moved above me in the rankings. So if anything, I just kind of further solidified my position, and from that, I qualified. So that is my qualifier story, I guess you could say. It was a lot of fun to do that. I wasn't really going to be disappointed if I didn't make it, though, because they are doing kind of an overflow tournament where basically all the people who didn't qualify have a chance to do a secondary tournament, and they can still be featured on Speed Gaming. There'll be a lot of commentated matches. They've added, like, so many different Speed Gaming channels, not just for this tournament, but, you know, in general, there's a lot of tournaments on Speed Gaming, so they want to keep increasing all the different channels so you can have more races and more tournaments and stuff. And this is going to be a big one where basically this randomizer tournament is 2 separate tournaments just happening on 2 different fronts with different skill levels. And me, the doofus that I am, somehow qualified for the high skill level. Don't know how I did that. Maybe I'm just good at video games, I guess. That'll have to be it, I suppose. So yeah, you're probably wondering, where do we go from here? So, like, now that I qualified, what is going to be the schedule? What are going to be the progression of events on this tournament? Well, the tournament's pretty much starting immediately. In fact, there may have been a few races that have already happened. Not with me in them, though. I'm going to announce when my first race is going to be, and my opponent for that first race. And this may not be in the video description yet, but once the schedule is made public, I am going to link that schedule in the video description. So if you guys ever want to know when I have a match, or if by some miracle I'm actually doing commentary on the tournament, I will also have that information there as well. You can check that, but until the schedule's made public, there's probably not going to be any link in the description, so keep that in mind. But yeah, come back to this video whenever you want information like that, and I should be able to provide you with that information. But yeah, my first race is this week because the tournament is starting this week, and my first opponent is actually bigdunka. That's right, the bigdunka. Honestly, I've never heard of him. I've just kind of seen him here and there from, like, speedruns live races of Link to the Past Randomizer. I didn't know who he was before this tournament, but he seems like a very nice guy, and I'm looking forward to racing him. But he's going to be my first opponent. I'm going to be racing him on Wednesday at 9 PM EDT. I don't know what Speed Gaming channel it'll be, but once I have that information, I will let you guys know. And of course, it'll be on the schedule as well. So if you want to come by, please do. Give me your support if you want to do that. I mean, I guess you could theoretically also cheer against me if you really wanted to, but, you know, like, I'm really looking forward to this, and, like, all of my friends are very happy for me. I had a lot of friends who were watching the reveal video and the reveal stream with me. They were just being very, very, very supportive, and I just, seriously, I can't stress how good it feels to have amazing friends like that, and also just all the wonderful support I've had from my stream audience, my stream viewers. They've put up with a lot of randomizer on my stream channel for the last few months, so seriously, I've been preparing for this for a very long time, and it means a lot to me that my viewers have been very patient with me and being very supportive with me in this tournament and me wanting to join this tournament. It's seriously been... It's been a really, really fun roller coaster, and I'm looking forward to the future and how this is going to continue, because I'm in a tournament, so it's going to be continuing to some extent anyway. But yeah, because we are in the Swiss stages of this tournament, essentially I'm going to have one race per week, And by the end of the 6 weeks, if, oh, there's 6 weeks, by the way, I don't think I actually mentioned that. But yeah, there are 6 races for the Swiss stage. Basically, anyone who has a 4-2 record after the 6 races, they will qualify for the next stage. So I have to essentially win 4 times, or win 3 times, and then place in, like, the top 6 of a tiebreaker. So that's essentially how that's going to work. I'm going to do my best to get those 4 wins. I'd like to continue, but it's definitely going to be harder the further I get into this, because there are some amazing runners out there, some amazing people who are really, really good at the game and who have been playing Randomizer for probably even longer than I have. So, yeah, it's going to be some very fierce competition, especially since I made the, essentially the tougher bracket. I qualified for the tougher bracket, which I still can't believe I did that. I seriously can't believe it. One more thing I'd like to say before I end this video. I know I've kind of been rambling on once again for a really long time. It's what I do. I mean, that's pretty much the SlimKirby way if you really, really think about it. There is one very special thank you I want to give to someone out there, and this is someone who's been in support of me joining these tournaments for a very long time. And in fact, for the qualifier rounds, he actually offered to do races with him, just so I could get some practice. And seriously, like, that means the world to me that, like, I have a friend like that who is willing to take time out of his schedule when he could be playing other games and making other hilarious memes, but to just help me out, support me, and then just give me more practice. Is like, it means the world to me. So I want to give a huge thank you to OdinSpack33. Because seriously, like I said, he pretty much offered, like, hey, you want to race so you can practice for the qualifier? And, like, seriously, that meant the world to me. Like, I honestly feel like that practice session we had the day before the final qualifier, I think it really helped me. It kind of put me in a mindset where it's like, you know, I can do this. Even though that freaking, like, last qualifier didn't really matter. In fact, I think my score would have actually been higher if I didn't do that last qualifier. He still gave me a lot of confidence, and, like, I feel like that's the big thing when you're going into a tournament or any kind of gaming event like this. Confidence means everything, and, like, seriously, I just don't even know what to say anymore. Like, I really, really appreciate it, Odin. You're the man. You're seriously one of my best friends, because seriously, like, I just seriously can't tell you enough. I keep saying seriously, for crying out loud, so I gotta be serious. But yeah, it means a lot to me, and I want to thank you. Like, I seriously wouldn't have the confidence to even do something like this without your support. So seriously, thank you. Thank you to everybody else in Puddle Plains who've also been supportive as well, coming to my streams during them, wishing me luck in all the weekly races and stuff of that nature. Like, seriously, like, I have the greatest friends just because of that. I know it's not the most interesting thing to everyone. Like, it's definitely a thing, especially speedrunning in general, where you have to, in speedrunning, there's a lot of doing stuff again and again and again and again. And, you know, I've essentially played, like, in the past 5 months, I've played at least 100 run-throughs of Link to the Past Randomizer, and all my friends have been so supportive. They've watched sections of them. Even if it's something they've seen a million times, they still do it, and that's just, seriously, like, having support like that is just amazing. So yeah, I really want to give that shout out to my friends, especially OdinSpack, for offering all those practice rounds. It means a lot to me. And again, I just want to also thank the Link to the Past Randomizer community and the Link to the Past speedrun community for putting on this event, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Everyone in the community has been super nice, super helpful, and super understanding about everything, and I think it's going to be a really fun event. I loved watching it in the spring, and I'm going to enjoy being a part of it for the fall. So that's pretty much all I got. Thank you to everyone for listening to this video as well. Again, kind of rambled on for quite a bit of it, but there were a lot of things I wanted to talk about, so I hope you guys understand that. I'm going to go ahead, stop talking now, going to get back to practicing this amazing game that for some reason is just even more fun to play randomized, and yeah, I'm going to do my best for this tournament, so stay tuned for all the updates in terms of my matches. I, of course, will be trying to announce any updates I get via Twitter as well. And, of course, when I get the schedule and the event details about my matches, I'll try to post them here as well. So, thank you guys. I will talk to you guys later. Later, folks.